really thankful and grateful for you joining us again. I know that some of you may or may not know that we had scheduled these co-sessions to align with Eluña Noelle's activities in Egypt regarding activating the crystal pyramid, which we went through last night. And today is going to be the activation of the Earth grid in that same location. And so really grateful that everyone's investing the time to come share your frequency again with us, because everyone's frequency counts, as I always say. And so with that being said, just quick reminders, if you feel, see, sense, imagine, visualize anything, feel free to share that. For the most part, I think being able to volunteer whatever you're seeing or whatever you're sensing or feeling, it helps, because we may have two or three people feeling or getting an inclination for something, but feeling a little hesitant to share, but hearing each other helps each other with confirmation or validation for whatever it is that we're getting in the co-session. Really quickly, you guys all understand that we are sharing all of our energy fields and bonding that through the technique of what we call link aggregation in the 3D. So we're intentionally, through this process, linking and bonding our energy fields. And as a quick reminder, for those who are not as familiar about that, just a real quick mention that sacred geometric encapsulation becomes critical because it allows you to create the boundary using the design around your field so that it moderates and allows you to process the energy as it's coming in, because it's being regulated by the structure around you. Whichever sacred geometry you use, there is no hard and fast rule. If you wanted to use a sphere, if you wanted to use a triangle, if you want to use octave, there's no hard set rules. It's just whatever you feel naturally in formation or alignment of your body. And I also encourage you to experiment sometimes during the call to see. This is one of the few times you can feel or test yourself with this, because the amplified energies and frequencies give you the environment for that, to be able to feel the differences as the sacred geometry adapts around your field to regulate and moderate those frequencies. So it's always kind of a cool experiment when you can go, hey, I'm going to do the octahedron, but now I feel like switching it up into the Merkaba, and maybe I feel like switching it up into a dodecahedron, or just whatever sacred geometries you're familiar with. You might even want to play with the Sri Yantra, which is the exploded triangle too. But these are all places to experiment and sort of think of it as play, because it allows us to travel into bigger energetic spaces than we normally would by ourselves. If everyone's ready to go, because it sounds like everybody's ready to jump in, I always say, make yourself comfortable. Don't be shy about going off camera. If a lot of people will just, if you want to recline, if you want to lay down, just anything that's going to make you feel comfortable and, literally let go. So that's how I always recommend these, because it helps in the experience. Okay, if everybody's ready, we're going to go ahead and start the process, and I'm going to walk you through the chakra circuit pathway, which is the sequence of steps we take to go into the Akashic field. So if you're comfortable, we're going to start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and letting that out as comfortably or as naturally as you feel in this moment. With that process, we are connecting to the breath, allowing our natural rhythm of breath be our guidance through this. We're going to begin to take our mental awareness to our energy field around us. As we continue with this natural breath, we're going to start defining the boundaries or points of presence as our front, back, left, and right sides or areas of our energy body or field around us. As we have that mental awareness, you're going to start to feel the boundaries of your field as the foundational frequency activates. And this foundational frequency is reliant or based on the layers of the physical, the etheric, emotional, mental, and astral bodies coming into alignment. And if you feel called to activate Starfire frequency, do it now. So when we feel we've established these points of presence, let's take our attention above about 5 or 6 feet, where we start to see, sense, feel, imagine, or visualize detecting the light of source. In the beginning, this source light will feel scattered or dispersed light particles, but as you continue to bring your attention and sharpen your focus to this light, the light will start to collect and group into pools, which will then concentrate like spotlights, randomly moving about the sky until they ultimately converge into one. And with this focus and through the power of source, we're going to begin to travel with this source light downward, down through the path of the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, falling through the legs and past the feet, down through the earth star. As we follow that down into the central and crystalline core of the planet, all the way down into the center of Mother Earth, into the heart of Gaia, where we anchor, center, and balance our energy bodies here, setting the intention to clear and transmute all low-level frequencies, negative energies across all time, dimension, space, and realities, as we fully and completely release any and all density into the planet. This allows us to alight back up in the reverse path through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field. We're going to push farther into our pinpoint connection to source. Feeling the extreme opposites of this energy and light stream we've created, understanding that the chakra circuit pathway has now been established. This again allows us to move through the light, energy, and consciousness to flow unobstructed, back down through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, to home and center into our heart space. Let's expand our hearts into the universe, allowing our divine columns and pillars of light to expand along with it, knowing that our heart is infinite. This allows us to connect to the galactic center, where we sense the void, feel the void, expand into the void, stretching ourselves out a little bit more until we become the void. This is where we are, fully in the infinite. Let's sit here for a second, just allow ourselves to expand even further. And so from this point, I'm going to call upon the cosmic table of light. And I'm going to ask source light records for myself, Vera Takakura. And for the records of each and every one of you, please state your name. And as the energies move from that, register each and every one of you. And for anyone else that may be listening to the call at a later date, as I call upon all these records into the center in the palm of my hand, I turn my palm over from the cosmic table of light. And as I do so, I open the records high and wide until they become the light of the sky and expand into the beyond, setting the intention that all healings, clearing, support, guidance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude come forth from myself, Vera Takakura, and everyone else that is participating in this session. Linking fields, also honoring, acknowledging, requesting the presence of the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, beings of light, hailing dragons, also ensuring and honoring, acknowledging the higher self, allowing the geometries to also align and sync up so that the records are now open, field access is now granted, all frequencies are active across all spectrums. All data streams, geometries are all online.
So there's a whole lot of stuff happening. Oh my gosh. So immediately 5 beautiful stars showed up in front of us as a group, and they kind of ushered us through the space between all the stars. And as we went through these stars, a gorgeous waterfall of golden yellow light was there. We walked through the waterfall. I sense that that is a clearing mechanism that they're using. Then we were put in some sort of cylinder that jumped us dimensions very, very quickly. We are currently at the 12th dimension. Elohim is in front of us. He wants a conversation with us. And we've spread out in front of him. And he's looking to the right, and he's saying that some of you will be working to the left, and some of you will be working to the right.
So we're like in split teams.
Yeah, we're all still sitting there. It's almost like he's directing us, like almost as if, remember, this is where you're working. Remember, this is where you're working. It's almost like it's directive, and I'm saying left and right, but we each know what our roles are. So it's a reconfirmation of your path is this. Make sure you work your path, is what he's saying.
So is it like everybody's got a different assignment, or it's more like we're collectively working together with one focus? I'm just trying to understand.
It's not just a reminder. He wants us working our path right now. I'm going to refer to him as Elohim, as a him. Elohim wants us working our path. Like, no, it's almost as a directive, like you go on your path left or right, but you need to be working in your path right now, even if it's just the smallest little thing. So whatever your spiritual practice or endeavors are that you do, he's giving a directive, like not yesterday, not when you're tired, not later, but right now we have to be walking and working in those paths. It's almost like putting fire under our butts. It's, for lack of a better word. He has a whole lot more that he's saying here. Give me a second. He's saying, you are the bringers of the light. He's confirming what we're doing. You are the bringers of light. You are assisting with this change. Okay. He's showing us what our energies and frequencies are doing together. So it's almost like we've all turned around and we're looking, and he's showing us the earth and the space around the earth and the sky and everything to do with the earth. He's looking at it, and he's showing us how our energies are affecting this, how our intentions are affecting this. And you can see it changing. It's this wave of light from green to white, green to white, green to white, green to white. And it's that green, which is that love-centered and peaceful transition that we want. That's what we are feeding into it. So it's a confirmation. This conversation right now is confirmation of what we're doing, which is why he wants us to stay on our path and keep doing it. He's showing us so that we don't forget. You are affecting it. It's like the green is our energy. White is just a bit scattered. The green is when our frequency comes in. So it's a call to order and a reminder. Look, this is what you're doing. Keep going. Keep doing it.
Oh, as you brought in that green just then, I went straight back to that feeling of the selenite emerald-like thing right in front of our spines, and it made my body just go.
Oh gosh, he's touching that on each and every spine right now. He's like almost like I'm going to say an ET finger. I use that example a lot, but he's like touching it. As he touches it on each and every spine, there is this electric energy that's going up through it, and it's connecting way up. It's connecting past Elohim. It's going beyond the 12th. It is connecting beyond his energy. I'm going to take a minute here because the energy is really, really strong right now. Tashiko, if you're seeing anything, I'm going to let you go.
Yeah,
got to figure
beautiful. There's so much kind of electric when Tamara just said like that pulse, that touch, that electricity. I really see that as that kind of almost like violet, bright blue electric kind of color, and with a really white core to that as well. So there's this very crackle expanse of energy that's happening, and it's very, very fine vibration. So it's feeling very, like if you think of static as a different size of confetti, the smaller, the finer it gets, the more delicate the whole process.
As soon as we opened the records.
Yeah, beautiful. And
it went across
and whether you feel it in as a frequency in your head as well, can you feel that there's almost an imperceptible hum or squeal, or as that dials up, you might feel it as an elevating tone.
You might actually feel it as an undercurrent in your skin. Sometimes this happens to me,
Ooh.
like in my face or like in the scalp. It just, there'll be like this little crackle or, just this surge, tiny surge. And it's like, oh, those are those little sparks of energy kind of moving through the energy body for sure.
Okay, so Tashiko, you were describing the confetti. We are getting a forceful interjection of energy in us, and it's coming in looking like little tiny rectangle pieces of confetti. And it's literally, we are spread out in this beautiful line and we're being dumped on. So they want everybody to just take a deep breath, exhale audibly, take a couple, because we're trying to integrate this. This is a huge, huge dump of
And that feeling before when we were entering into the void and taking that moment to kind of open ourselves, what I visualized there was almost like our molecules are quite tight together, but when we expand into the void, all of the space between molecules gets wider. So our whole energy mass gets wider. And in this dumping, as we expand our molecules, as we expand our energy, there's more room for that confetti to get in.
I just wanted to jump in to say that I don't normally have my hands moving, but as soon as we came in, my whole body has been shaking and my hands are still going all over the place. Like they've
Beautiful.
slowed down now, but they were super, super fast. So
yeah, it just slowed down for me too, Mary. That's why I had to stop. I'm moving. My arms are just literally running a marathon right now in my head. There's so much stuff coming in on all of us. So if you feel that need to move, thank you for sharing that so much, because there is so much coming in. I can't keep up with it. So just receive and accept it, like accept it and embrace it and inhale it and let it settle in. So
it's different for everybody. Some people might be just, for lack of a better word, anchoring the energy. So if you want to hold your hands up, palms up, and just feel like the energy coming in and just absorb it to some degree, that's another way to do it. You don't always have to move, but for some people, it's an expression of what we'll call an involuntary dance.
Okay, I'm going to ask him to slow this a little bit because I am feeling like I did that first day when I got so many downloads and it was becoming overwhelming, and it's starting to feel like that. And if I'm feeling like that, then you guys, I'm sure, are feeling it. So I'm just going to ask him just to slow it.
Yeah, Tamron, just set that intention.
We're just going to regulate the frequency.
Absolutely.
And a feeling that I just got with that as well is that we are magnetic. So as the particles begin to move towards us, we are attracting them. But it's also our intention on how fast we receive those, how much magnetism draws in how many particles at once. So you can also kind of monitor and change the rate at which you're receiving.
Okay, he's now placed us all in it looks like a dodecahedron is what it looks like. And we're all seated, but it's beautiful. It's kind of a purple, black. It's a very dense, it's made of some sort of stone. It's very dense, but it's very, very beautiful. This is calming things a little bit.
You said it was black?
Oh, yeah, it is. I think it's obsidian.
Yeah, there's a good likelihood it would be.
Yeah, it's very grounding. I think it might be one of.
I keep getting shungite.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a very,
okay.
It's a very cleansing and.
Ooh, getting a big confirmation on that, Mary.
Big energy filter.
There's a whole lot coming into everyone's throat right now. So if you could just, if you're laying or sitting, just kind of straighten your spine a little bit, elevate that area behind your neck.
Roll your shoulders down.
Like kept cracking like 5 minutes ago. And my hands are on fire again.
Okay, everybody is getting something in their neck and we're all getting the same thing. I don't have clarity on what it is yet, but part of this upgrade is we're receiving. These are presenting, this isn't shown right now. Is it obsidian? No.
The way that it just came to me as a visual was almost like a geisha comb. So it's like a fanned out shape, but it kind of slides into the lines of energy into the back of the neck. And as it connects in, it will then drain that information into our systems. Very interesting.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what
It's
you
a
were describing.
tool.
Yep,
It's like a
taking them all in.
It's like an application tool, yes. Like it's allowing the transfer of that energy to move through, but the way that it has happened is kind of slightly combing into the energy system.
it's like it's merging it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done with this. We're done with receiving this. It's going to take a little while to integrate. I'm not really sure what that was. I haven't received anything like that since the ceremony a couple of years ago. So
It's just like an upgraded one.
it is a
Interesting.
huge upgrade, and it has, I'm not sure, it has to do with who's on the call tonight. Not to say others can't receive it, but it's this joint frequency. It's pretty high tonight, guys. It's very, very high. Not that it's never not high, but it's just like,
Well, for us to go straight to Elohim 12D, that's pretty high.
it's like they're not messing around.
There's quite an opening in the front of my throat as well. So it's feeling like expansion forwards and megaphone, the ability to speak, a greater clarity, more languages might come online, more ability to communicate and express.
Okay. You know how earlier he was telling us, you guys are going to the right, you guys are going to the left, do your job. Well, we're now all placed at different energy sites across the earth. Some are at the pyramids, some are Native American mounds, some are in Alaska, some are in the North Pole. We are all being placed on energetic ley lines, very, very close, if not under these energetic sites. So at this point, I'm going to ask you if there is any type of energy site that you have been to or that you are drawn to, please visualize yourself in that site right now, because while we are there, we are guardians. So we are guardians of the space. And he wants us to feel into that energy, sit with it for a second, and share this frequency in what we've just received in our throats.
And there was an uptick of energy to that.
I have my hands on the beautiful red rock of Uluru.
Miss Scotland, in Scotland.
I'm not sure where I am, but I'm with some Indian woman. So I'm guessing somewhere in India. And she's just holding my hand.
Okay, we are all being threaded together through these ley lines, which connect anyway. They all connect to various energy sites. And some of these ley lines are just energetic roads. Some of them are pathways for souls to leave. Some of them are pathways for souls to come in. They perform all different kind of functions. Again, he's asking us to sit in our ley line by this energy center, the one that you have chosen, the one that you work with, and see if you can feel into what is the purpose or the pathway or the function of this area that you're in. This is going to be turning into homework, guys.
And a beautiful visualization that I could see as I'm sitting here is, I speak in gossamer strings. I can feel the ley lines as these beautiful vibrating strings, and it's almost as it comes to a connection point, like we are the weavers of the web. We are the ones holding these little intersections together at this time, standing in these beautiful places.
I'm standing in the middle of Stonehenge, and I have a staff, and I'm pounding it on the ground. And as I pound it, each Stonehenge structure is opening, and I'm told it's a portal. Each is a doorway, and I'm pounding this staff to open all of them. I don't know why.
It's awakening things. It's awakening people. It's awakening ancient civilizations. It's getting this energy up and moving. It's basically saying, wakey, wakey, guys, come on, let's work on this energy. It's beautiful. They want us to come back to the spaces that you are at right now for the next 3 days. Sit in that ley line, sit in the energy of it. Share what you've been given in what we've been given in our throats, and we've all been given the same thing. I don't know what it is. Perhaps we'll find out later.
I'm holding right now some red sand from my desert trip. So That's my little reminder.
It is one of the things that these stones in our necks are doing, is it's strengthening the connectivity between these. It's almost as if they haven't been used for a long time. They need dusted out. It's like a spring cleaning, but it's to fortify that communication. All right, he's telling me that this is specifically fortifying the communication in a telepathic way. So we will be able to go to these places that we are working in right now at this moment and telepathically communicate with each other. So that's what we're learning right now.
So they're like, for lack of a better word, sort of like cell towers.
Yes.
Telepathic towers? I don't know.
Yeah, telepathic cell towers. And I almost feel like we're a practice group. They're like, we're giving you the tools, we're bringing you here, we're giving you the frequency. This is another place besides the hill that we can practice our telepathy.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in these glaciers in Alaska, like where the river is, where the glacier is frozen and it meets a lake. And then I feel like I was in the glacier at some point with this indigenous lady, but I can't tell what she's doing. Everything's just kind of blue and white.
Okay, this is a really important thing that we've been given today. It's not just like put it in our suitcase and forget about it. They want us actively working, and these are not the places that we're at right now, are not the only places where we're to visit. So we're to come back here for the next 3 days, and then we need to set another co-session and come back and go to different sites. So we are basically visiting every energetic site we can on Earth from afar, and it can most certainly be done from afar. And we are strengthening, fortifying, putting them all in the place for telepathy. It's so that anybody around the world is going to be able to use telepathy to communicate. And these energetic sites are the best places to start because the frequency is high. Can we do it outside of them? Yes, but not at this point in time because nobody's really good at it.
No, the signal's too weak.
Yeah.
So I have been going around. Tamara, do you remember those geometric things you put, the 5 things that were within my torso?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, so I've been going to 5 different sites and putting them there, and that's how we're going to communicate telepathically, because I'm putting these gems, or you said was in me, but I'm taking them out and putting them in these sites.
That makes sense to me. So Monique, the other day, she was given a couple things, but they took 5 pieces of sacred geometry and married them together.
That's it.
Make a new one. And 3 came from a location, a planet, star system that she was from. And the other 2, Monique has brought from Earth to make it the total 5. So they're combined. So she took the 2 from Earth here, took them back up to those beings, combined them, and now she carries that within her. And oh, wow.
So are you installing them in all these different sites?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so where I am is interesting, and I think it's because I don't really know anything about India. I was like overlooking a city for a while, and I was with these people. It was kind of like everyone was praying, like that kind of bowing down and praying and like doing some kind of toning. And then I was seeing this rock that as the sun would rise, the sun would hit this rock. It would change how the rock looked, like the color that would emit from the rock. It was really interesting. It was changed by the sun. I've never seen this place or anything, but does anyone know anything about some sun rock in India? I know that sounds really silly. I can Google it later. But
okay, Ellen, that rock, I think it's more about the rock than it is the place. That rock sits on an energetic site. For those of you that know, this is old information. For those of you that are new to this, with a classic stone circle or standing stones, there's always a keystone that's outside of the circle. And it's oftentimes quite far away, but that's where all of the energy, all of the power, everything comes through. So I'm feeling like that is what that rock is, Ellen.
that makes sense.
And oftentimes, as I have found out with my earthwork and Monique as well, the sites that are the least well-known are oftentimes some of the most energetic. And they've remained that way because they're relatively unknown. So, all right, here is our directive. We have to come back here for 3 more days. Monique, I know that this is a hard time, so but they want this geometry placed in all of these places. So I'm gonna ask now if there's anyone else that can.
I have a question. It's Brigitte.
Yeah.
Is anybody able to see or ask where I am?
Do you know where you don't know where you're at? Can you describe it at all?
No,
Are you just feeling the energy then?
just feeling energy.
Okay. I think you're in the Hawaiian Islands.
She's literally in the Hawaiian Islands.
Yeah. Is anyone else having difficulty finding where they are?
I kind of feel like a paper doll. Like I keep getting this image like I'm a paper doll that's like stretched out, like when you cut them out and they hold all those hands. But like the two places I got, one was Mount Shasta, and the other one is like I think it might be that mound in Miamisburg. It's like because there's those stairs.
Serpent Mound?
No, it's just my hands are really hot now, but it's just like a mound, and there's stairs that go up, and it's
Oh, the one I was at last year.
Yeah,
that's it. I was just gonna say, I've been there. I know that place.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't. But like then I was questioning myself because I was like, are those just because those are places that I know?
I mean, there's a lot of pyramids and things that have stairs, but I think, that was a very celebratory place. We're going, so all these places, some of them were celebratory, some of them were work, some of them were times where you would, be upgraded like we were today. This is a very, I don't think we've ever been given clear instructions on what we have to do here. This is not a one-off. I ask about if someone else could be a keeper of these sacred geometry that you're carrying, Monique. And I'm sorry, Vera, you're the only name that came up. So
yeah, well, right now I'm just getting that I know mine felt weird, but I'm in Egypt and that's the main central hub of all of this. And I'm sort of like in my tech background, realigning all the energetic structures for this to operate and function optimally. That's what I'm getting. So it's like, yeah.
So for both of you, and if there's anyone that's feeling called to work with the sacred geometry, I'm actually making this up as we go, but I'm thinking that you are the keeper of it, Monique, that you ought to be able to share it or teach people to share it.
Or delegate it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is Carol. I'm also feeling somewhat called to. I feel like I'm also in Egypt. I don't know if.
Yes, one of the ones that I had were placed in Egypt.
Yeah.
I'm in like 5 different places.
Hi everyone. I was in, I believe it's Utah. I'm seeing.
Oh my God, that's one of the places I was at.
Oh, and my headphones cut out as soon as I was able. The message that I'm getting is that there are all these desert areas in the US where all this nuclear testing has been done, and that energy needs to be neutralized, and that I'm to use the energy of water somehow to neutralize this energy at these sites. And I don't know exactly what that looks like, but that water is going to help neutralize this.
Wow. That's Sarah.
Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt. Sarah, I was actually talking with Maudie from Australia last night. She was doing like a short reading for me. And one of the things she said is that there is a huge water component that you need to be working with right now, Tamara. And I understand that right now based on what you just said. I'm not sure what the method of doing that is yet. I haven't really thought into it. So if you have any input, I think that wasn't just information for me, it's information for all of us.
There's a restructuring in the water. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but because we already know that you can imprint water, I'm not sure what that is. I'm just saying that I know that it's almost like the water is the medium, and then
Dr. Emoto.
Yeah, that's that thing. It's the encoding of
right,
the energies.
Write whatever you need to do on a piece of paper and put it under a glass of water.
Or
and then well, it doesn't really matter the volume. But it matters about it being able to read the inscription, the sigils, the words, the intentions from the piece of paper into the water, and then the water can then be poured onto the earth.
I'm also getting a message that the water is the record keeper, like it holds all of this information, and that there's a way that we can tap into the memory of water before all of these different energetic deficiencies and atrocities really took place, and that we can activate the past through the energy of the water before any of this took place. And somehow that's going to cause a clearing.
Okay, that is beautiful.
That was very much in sync with what I'm seeing at the glaciers, is that the code of the truth, and what we need to know is in the ice. But I don't understand how we can utilize it. But yes, they're exactly what you just said about the water. That's exactly what I've seen with the glaciers where I'm at.
Okay, so that's coming up for several of us. So that's a confirmation.
So it's like a version of code. It's like a frozen version of code. It's just like in technology where you've got all these different patches, updates, and variations of the code that have happened since the very original, we'll call it 1.0. But the glacier is like the 1.0. So I guess it's a matter of understanding, how do you roll back to 1.0? How do you go back and retrieve that code so that you apply that now?
I mean, I practically use the water to amplify it in my pictures, and it's very interesting when it moves. And I see it like when you have a source of water, and I see it as a pure water, you just imagine the energy coming to the area where you want to heal and amplify it. I mean, I use the water constantly, in addition to us drinking water.
This is Dre, by the way, guys, and I'm also in 3 different places, Shasta, Utah, and Kauai. And I also, I'm mainly like very vividly in Kauai, like right by the water. And I've also been working with water a lot and like activating a lot of codes and light into my drinking water. So I feel aligned to all the messages that are coming through about water. I'm also a Cancer and a Scorpio, so
your water sign.
Yeah, massive. And yeah, I don't know. So I have my Lumerian quartz crystal on me, and I've taken it to these places. So I don't know if that's why I'm like there, but it feels like a key almost. And now I'm spinning, like I'm spinning like gnarly right now. So just wanted to share that and let you guys know that where I'm at.
No, that's beautiful. I'm going to task, I think this is the 4, unless there's someone else. Sarah, Juliet, Bossy, and Dre. You guys seem to have been working with water in a lot of different ways and really have connected there. That maybe you guys could chat separate after the call to figure out exactly how we're supposed to use water when we're at these sites, and then share so we'll have that available to us to use, but then we can also use it in the next call. Would you guys be okay for doing that?
Yeah, that would be
absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Tamara, I'd like to add on as well. I'm feeling called to work with water. I've had a couple activation dreams of being activated with water that I'm still figuring and feeling into. I believe I went to Egypt, and I would like to see if that's confirmed or not, to know if I should go back there the next 3 days. But that was my intuition.
Oh yeah, you need to go back. You definitely need to go.
Thank you.
That's loud and clear. I think between all of your experience, you're going to be able to come up with something really quick. We'll put you guys together in another group after this, but that's where that whole water has come through. Thank you guys for bringing that forward. Thank you for helping me understand why I was told that last night.
I just got a little visual come through before, as I can't remember who was talking about the spinning.
Right.
There's that centrifugal force. The spinning is on the outside, but if you come into the center, you no longer spin. And there's something in there about coming back to the source code. The alternatives, the 2.0, 3.0, they're all the spinning. That's on the outside. There's something about, and I am almost like seeing it like a single drop of water. The particles, the other information, it's all sort of more on the surface level of the teardrop. And then on the very center point, there is the source. The pure, the glacial song is in that very core center point of the teardrop. Can't give you any more than that, but there's come into the
That's a
center,
lot,
my child.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Yeah, beautiful. Bless.
This is 1000% the task at hand, and I'm being told while you were talking, Tashiko, I used to say this to my kids: water cleans the inside of your body just like it cleans the outside. To have them drink more water, and because it does. One of the spirits with us today is saying water will clean the inner earth as it will clean the topical parts. So water is very, very important for this cleansing and upgrading right now at this time and going forward. We just need to figure out the key to how we work with it, and that's that's our task at hand, guys. That's it.
And drink more water.
I mean, we can never drink enough water.
That's our message for tonight. I'm sorry, that's it. They needed us to get to this point, and they need us to come back and do this work. It's almost like what they gave us in our necks, that was the code breaker, that was cracking the code for the water.
I'm getting a really big feeling towards sound and water. We know that that water holds memory, and there's something about the ancient song lines and the sound and frequency being transmitted not only along the ley lines of the earth, but through and held in the liquid of water. So there's something really beautiful there about unlocking sound, frequency, and water as the conduit.
Yeah, in a line with that, I've been seeing this it's this indigenous lady, maybe Native Alaskan or I don't know, and she's like singing along the water near the glacier, and there's something about like the story and this song that is with the water. So it's kind of echoing what you're saying, but I'm not understanding it all.
And I think if we actually open up enough to take away the idea of it needing to be a song we understand, you know, because in English we've got this is the structure of songs, but when we come into light language, there's a much more open bandwidth of frequency for sound and for transferring that intention through sound. So come into the feeling of holding water in your hands and singing to it, in however it comes out of you, because it feels like there's something so beautiful and juicy in activating the heart and activating our throats and singing to the water.
Okay, so I do have something to share now. And I love how this has kind of all come together, because I was over here thinking, I have no idea what's going on with my, I was thinking sunstone at first, but it's actually sound stone. So I was seeing these people toning around this massive rock, but it's the echo that's coming off the rock. So it's it's the vibrancy of the sound that their voices are making that echoes off this rock. And so I was thinking it had something to do with the sun, but it's not. It's the sound. So when you brought in the musical aspect, that was that lit up for me, and I was like, that's what it is here. It is the feeling, the frequency is moved by the sounds of their voices, the sounds of their feet on the earth. It's beautiful.
Vasi, can I add something else? Before the call, I actually experimented with the flashlight of my phone and the water. So I believe that in addition to everything you said, light has a lot to do with it, especially the reflection. So that's what is also the missing, the third part of everything.
Okay, I was thinking light first too, but then when she said sound, it was very
but I'm seeing the combo. I agree with Vasi. Yes,
absolutely.
And I think it's not just sunlight. Like sunlight is its own activation. But when we bring our light, our heart light, our throat light, our spirit light to that sound as well, there's a key.
Okay, so there's a lot of pieces, ingredients here that we need to put together as some sort of, just packet of info when we go to do this, because these are not the only places. Whilst you guys were talking, there's a couple things that happened. They basically lifted us up on a piece of a mandala disc, and brought us down to the 6th dimension, at which point we were flooded with mantis. And the mantis are there to help us. So what I understand is that once we use our water, once we use our toning, once we use light to help clear the earth and all these energetic places, the mantises will be there then to refill it with love. And we'll do the heart share, and the mantis will do their love-centered energy to refill it. So it's once it's clean, we can put everything back in its place. And what we're putting back is love.
And I'm getting very high or very strong feelings that we have to remember all the lost civilizations that were washed away and are under the water. And those were also a frequency and sound and love, and that we need to resurface and dig deep into the water and remember to bring that up to the Earth's surface that's, around.
That's the Atlantean frequency for sure.
Message.
Yeah, I just got sonar with that as you were saying about the frequency of these civilizations.
It went into my head.
It's still there. It's still bouncing off them inside under the water. So just add them into the grid of our thoughts. We are bouncing from those places too. Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the 6th. We're down to the 6th right now. I think we've got a pretty big chunk of work ahead of us, guys. And this is why I love co-session call, is because I see things, but it takes the group and the frequency and the speaking of everybody involved to oftentimes figure out what's going on. So thank you everyone for your input. It was really productive. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Wow.
Just to clarify, you said the mantis as in the like praying mantis, the mantis beans, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a type of galactic family, high frequency.
I had them the other day. I was in acupuncture and I felt these mantis beans working on my back during the session. So it's just because I felt like they were 6th dimension and I didn't know much about it. So it was just interesting.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I like to comb my hair. Every time every time I call them forth. Tashiko and I had a reading once, and they had little hands that were like combs.
Yeah.
And now every time I see the mantis being, so the moment you said mantis, I was trying so hard not to laugh because I immediately saw them, and all I saw was their hands, their little comb hands coming towards my hair. But I love that they were working on your back. How beautiful. They are very, very loving. Like extremely loving and doting and wanting to help with everything. So I definitely can see them doing that, helping you to work that energy out of your back.
Oh, thank you. Because I wasn't sure what the heck I was seeing at that time.
So I have this beautiful video of Monique demonstrating what mantises are doing on your spine. I'm not kidding, because she witnessed it for like 2 hours at a ceremony when they were working on me. Monique, with your permission, I'd like to share it.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
I think it's exactly what's happening to you, Juliet.
It's very educational.
This way you'll know exactly what they're doing. But it's funny, but that's exactly what they're doing. Juliet, as you were describing it, I started laughing because I'm like, I know what they're doing. That's it exactly. You described it perfectly.
Oh, wow. So cool.
When I was in Giza earlier, I was called to hum throughout doing some work there, and just had some really beautiful solar plexus, from heart down to solar plexus openings with the humming. And so it definitely felt like it was opening up things, spreading the energy down.
Nice.
So
And I'm getting a big feeling of if you're near a body of water, to whether you have water at home, that you can sing, pray, fill with light, have it sitting on your altar, sitting with your crystals, add crystals into the water, all of that sort of stuff, and then go and gift it to the body of water. So whether there's rivers, whether there's the ocean is nearby for you. If there's multiple places, go gift some to each of these places.
I was laughing because I'm like, oh gosh, it's so cold and lonely, just like myself.
Oh, Lauren.
You haven't been on the glaciers.
In terms of water, that is a huge frequency of water that you're surrounded in. That's amazing.
Massive. And they just keep making infinity symbols and it's almost
Yes.
like not melting it, but I can feel it like completely taking a lot of work, but it's getting in there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. If you guys towards the end of the call, if you know where you're at the areas you've been working, if you can put them in the chat just so we can kind of have a record, and I think it'll be interesting for everyone to be able to tap into those places energetically as well.
Oh, sorry, just because someone just said something about the infinity symbols happening. There's also, I don't know why this always happens, a meditation that I've been doing like comes up, but the meditation is actually to connect to the energy of different places. And the way that you do that is that you make a golden infinity symbol from your heart to the place and back.
Oh, wow.
That's a good
It's like a
share.
lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an energetic geometry. That makes sense actually when you say that.
And then I guess I also wanted to say, when Tashiko was talking about the single droplet of water, I got like a full body buzz on that. And again, I don't know, all my information comes in just like small books or meditations that I've read or done. But there was also a meditation that talked all about the importance of a single droplet of water, and that it carried the frequency of Mother Mary, or like divine feminine, and talking about like, I'll have to like relook at it, but for some reason when Tashiko mentioned the single droplet and the center with the spinning, there's something there. I think that's really important to pay attention to, and I don't quite know, but I'll look at the meditation too. But
Ooh, something that just came through with that is if you had a bottle of water, spin it and sing to it, so that you're actually creating a vortex of energy inside the bottle, so that you're spinning the water around, it's sloshing all around the sides. It's creating an open chamber in the center of that vessel, because it's obviously rolling up the sides, and then sing into that. So it's like we're creating these whirlpools to really activate with sound into the center chamber, the emptiness, and then it's going to filter out through the swirling water, which is now on the outside, and then that will then be gifted to pour some on the earth, pour some in the waterways, pour some down your toilet, whatever you need.
Okay, so the beings that I work with right now, they've just gone, they use me, but they work through me on every single person on this call. And then we energetically worked on anyone that will join this at a later point. They're just kind of, it's almost like galactic Reiki. They're just calming your space, pretty much putting everything back in a nice, tiny, beautiful bundle, because we've just received so much and we're spread so far out in so many directions here, from the 12th to deep in the earth. So everybody received that. I think we're ready to come down, Vera.
Okay, sounds good. It looks like everybody was able to share where they were located in each instance. If we're ready to wrap back up, we're gonna start to take our awareness back within to our center point, just recalibrating ourselves to our points of presence of the front, back, left, and right sides, allowing us to just get an awareness of defining our field. And as I call upon the cosmic table of light, we're going to request source light records return to source light origin. And after I say my name, Vera Valencia Takakura, I ask that each and every one of you say your name out loud. And I'm waiting for that as the energy starts to move. Records are now streaming back in, centering the palm of my hand. As I turn my hand back over to the cosmic table of light, there's so much energy. And as I place my hand down, I am moving to close the records and exiting field access from the Akasha, including anyone else who has listened to this at a later date. Giving gratitude for all the healings, clearing, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude that have come forth for myself and everyone in session. Feeling the flex of that energy come through. Also honoring, acknowledging, giving gratitude to the presence of the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, beings of light, dragons, adsum, and present. Also giving gratitude to our higher selves for stepping forward in this way. And as we continue to close the records and exit, we also set the intention to cut all cords, connections, bindings, contracts, portals, vortexes, energies, whether intentionally or unintentionally, consciously or unconsciously created, as we completely and fully release and detach from this field. As we start our journey back into sovereignty, to the reverse of the chakra circuit pathway of the sun, soul, star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, legs, feet, following down to the earth star, continuing down into the central and crystalline core of the planet. As we travel through the light all the way to the core of Mother Earth, into the heart of Gaia, we can anchor, center, ground here again with her, feeling all our collective energy really moving the ground itself in so many ways. It's weird or strange. As we settle in here, this allows our energy bodies to start to recalibrate back into this earth frequency as we move back up through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, pushing into our pinpoint connection to source. We're resetting this connection and clearing it. And in that reset, we come back down through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat. Let's home and center into our heart space. Expand our hearts into the universe. Let's put our palms up on our lap so that we can upload our gratitude, our frequency, our unconditional love into the universal collective. And if you have any challenging situations or maybe people in your life or situations you want to send this energy to, this would be a good time to set that intention. Knowing that as we receive, so shall we give back with this even energy exchange. And once that is done and complete, this allows us to travel back home, down into Mother Earth's sacred space, setting the intention to process and integrate all that has been transmitted and all that has been received, allowing us to continue in this flow state, knowing that we are one with the all. The all is one with us, allowing us to find our center point back into our home base so that we are anchored back into this 3D physicality, back into this earth plane, Aliyashua, so it is, and it is so. We are back, we are back, we are back. I feel like I'm tapping my Dorothy slippers 3 times on that one. That we are back into this 3D physicality, back into this earth plane. Imagine a beam of light above your head, splitting into the 2 sides of you, ray tracing the triangle. And as soon as you reach foot level, creating that final seal so that we are back into Mother Earth energetic blueprint. How's everybody feeling?
Oh, wow.
I feel like I just got off a roller coaster. Like my head is all banged up. My neck is like, I don't even know what it's doing. And I feel like I'm going to vomit.
Well, gosh, I
But
was hoping
I'm
for
okay.
a better. She goes,
Well,
but
No,
other than
I'm
that,
okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. I'm like, where did I go? Like I was under the Taj Mahal. I guess they have catacombs or something. It was just this long corridors. It's stone on each side. And I'm walking. I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? And they're like, you need to clear all the energy. But I was trying to find a place where I didn't feel like the walls were like coming in. And I just kept walking. I never started what I was supposed to do.
Well, it's probably just to show you in this moment, kind of like give you that access point. And I would say we're not here to solve the world's problems in one session, right? We're being shown and given access to all these different, what I'll call, like assignments, I guess, for lack of a better word, or homework.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point, is as a group, we're sharing and helping each other solve what it is that we're being made to solve for. So I kind of feel that that's really the critical part of this. Go ahead.
When I opened the portals at Stonehenge, like all of a sudden, I don't know if like it was me transmitting the light, but all these like cords of light and the portals were, it was like a light show or something. And I'm like, I don't know if this is supposed to be happening, but I'll roll with it. Well, I feel good, so it's not like I feel like
Yeah, I don't think you
I
screwed
got
anything
something.
up.
Yeah. But thanks for listening. I'm like, what is happening to me?
No, but it's important to share, because that's where everyone, you know, you either catch something in someone's word or something in the phrase that triggers some other piece of information. It's almost like things are unlocking as we're talking. So I think, you know, it's, even if you don't feel like you're the most clairvoyant or the most clairaudient, or you're not really sure exactly what your clairs are, I think it's really important to just share the information, because we're being guided to express this for a reason. It's not like, and I know a lot of times, sometimes we'll be like, hey, you know, is this me just imagining things, or am I just crazy? But, you know, this is the group where you can be open and crazy. You don't have to worry about me judging you or you judging me. That's the whole point. We're learning from each other, right? I teach you, you teach me. I learn from you, you learn from me. There's no, yeah, we're all even here. So
one other comment with respect to what January just said is, I kept seeing this image, but yeah, I didn't want to share it because I wasn't clear. And one of us, I don't know if it was me or someone, or was like touching strings of light. Like this person was like grabbing the strings and like tapping and like literally working on the grid. And I could see the strings of light that was tapping and connecting and plugging and like completely working on I guess a grid. It was just these strings of lights everywhere. So sharing that.
Yeah, you're seeing the grid.
Oh, is that what it is?
Just realized that
Yeah.
I was muted. Yeah.
And there's other people working on it too, you know, so yeah, beautiful that you got to see that. That's incredible.
Because we were tapping into the activation of the Earth grid today. This is what Eluña Noelle's doing in Egypt right now. And so we tapped into that energy just because, hey, why not? Might as well. So it's like, I feel like that's exactly it. Whatever pieces of that we're getting in different ways that we're able to observe it, depending on our sensitivity and our abilities, we are take pieces of the puzzle and we're putting it together. In that tapestry, we're able to have a bigger and wider perspective of what exactly is happening on a planetary scale. So it's really cool. I think it's amazing that everyone's picking up so many different things that they can share. It's really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
And a little something around not knowing what to do when you get there to do the thing. Your presence by your very nature, by the light that you hold, is part of doing the work. So it's not that we have to go, oh, I've got to do this and I've got, like, it's not always an action. Sometimes it's just being there and just saying, I'm here to help clear, and you might just start feeling stuff moving. So don't be feeling like there's, I don't know what to do is a
There's
cognitive
always a
thing.
responsibility.
It's a feeling often.
And also honor the fact that you're being given this awareness because your frequency brought you there, right? That awareness was brought to you. I don't hear, a ton of people talking about it. So when that happens, it's almost like, hey, honor the fact that you're being shown and given this awareness. And it's beautiful because it may not make sense in the moment, but as we talk about it, it may unpack more tomorrow. It may unpack more in the next couple of days. It may come to you in dream state and may come through some weird synchronicity and angel numbers. I call these all data points converging into a truth. And so you'll get these different little pieces and you'll see intersections of this information. And all of a sudden you get this light bulb moment and you're like, oh, wow, that totally makes sense now. That piece came here, this piece came here there. And then all of a sudden it makes sense.
Yeah. So I have a question. How many people that are on the call tonight have done any kind of earth work or grid work?
Not consciously.
Okay, so guess what, guys? There is no, as Tashiko was saying, I've done quite a bit around the world. I've been very fortunate to be able to do that. But I was, Vera, I'm just going to tell this quick story because I think it goes along with what you're saying. I was getting ready to leave on one of my first trips to go do this, and Vera calls me late at night and says, Tamara, there's something you got to take with you. I don't know what it is. We got to go up here. Long story short, I was gifted a piece of sacred geometry that I hadn't seen before. And I used it at all these sites. But I haven't even told you this yet, Vera. I've been told that I don't need that sacred geometry anymore. There's something else that I need. But I've been asking about it for months now, and I'm like, nope. I think we found out tonight that that's what you're carrying, Monique. I believe that's exactly why they haven't told me what I'm supposed to be using. It's what you were given.
So the baton got passed. And on top of that, the people who participated in this call tonight that have all been given different sites to work with. I mean, that's almost like, think of that as the abstracted geometry of all the different people in this group who've been assigned different locations of the planet. No mistake or no coincidence there. Earth grid activation tonight. Wow, geez. Yeah, all those things seem to kind of fall into place if you scratch your head a little bit and wonder about how that all fell into place. So I think it's very telling, everything that fell into place, and we were shown and given direction for it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of good stuff from you guys. I mean, seriously, it really helped pull everything together.
Can I say something? Will be super quick because I know everyone is tired. First of all, I think that also you need to carry a crystal in addition to everything else for you. When whoever said that they felt the heart with the infinity sign of the location they went, I did today something very, Mary, thank you, Mary. I did something very interesting. So I imagine myself, went up to 6th or 7th dimension and imagine myself in being in my sphere and formation, geometric formation and different, and I summon and ask galactic beings to come and join. So what we did with us, I asked whoever is willing to come. So then I went 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, maybe 8th, I'm not sure. I was driving a car when I did it. So we did at every dimension, every field was becoming bigger and stronger. But I did the infinity sign connecting each dimension, which eventually turned into the DNA, because someone was talking about the DNA. And then I tapped it into the earth. I said, well, now you have to also be grounded. So I went into the grid of the other. So that's one telling you have no clue. The water, I also saw it not to purify it, but also we are going to help all water species as well. And from there, we are going to go into the grid of the earth. So we are practically going to bless by circling the water the way Namiko said, and we are going to circle, bless it, pour it in the water, let's say in the lake. Then this is spreading to the lake or the other water source, and then from there helping all the animals, and then going pure into the earth. And I would say magnifying by the sun. And lastly, would you mind someone to tell me how the mantis look like? Since
like praying mantis.
Like praying mantis.
Like really big praying mantises.
Here, I probably have a good picture.
Okay, because since I was with Vera as well, Vera, I was also mantis. So I don't know how I used to look like. So thank you. I'm done.
We're not the most...
This is Esha.
Okay. Oh, look at Esha. Okay, thank you. Okay, got it. Okay.
We're not the most attractive looking, but we are.
Big hearts. So cute.
I have a question. Are we gonna, those of us that are being called to water, Tamara, are you gonna start like a little group or something?
So this is who I have: Sarah, Juliet, Vossi, Dre, and Elizabeth. Is there anybody else that wants to figure out?
Yeah, I'll go in.
Thanks, guys. You guys all seem to have worked with it before, and I think there's some good information that you have that I don't or we don't. So thank you.
Thank you again for everyone for joining. I think this was an amazing experience, especially, just receiving as much as we did. And so again, as I always say, thank you for sharing your frequency, because everyone's frequency counts, and cosession wouldn't happen without you. Okay.
Yes.
You guys
thank you,
have a good night.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right. Have a good night.